Hello, dear ones. We are Laarkmaa, and we are here to guide you on your evolutionary journey. As you are well aware, if you have been following our conversations for some time, you are in the middle of an ascension process that is characterized by duality here on your planet. We call that the Great Split, because on this planet you have choice. And as beings who have choice in how and when they choose to evolve, you are involved in what we call the Great Split. The Great Split does not indicate some who will ascend and some who will not. The Great Split indicates timing, for all humans are destined eventually to reach a higher stage of conscious evolution. However, as we said, this is dependent upon your current state of consciousness and your desire to actually achieve a higher level of awareness. There are many who are very attached to, we would even say addicted to, the concept of giving your power over to others, letting others make your decisions for you, making others responsible for choices that you should make. We say that you have the power to keep your power or to give it away. And so many of you have chosen to give away your power to government, to medical communities, to authorities of religion, to authorities of all kind, because you come from a position of separation where you feel you are not qualified or able to make the best decisions for yourself. While you look for answers to your questions from the outside sources, you will find the outside sources are not reliable. What we would like to instill in you is a keen awareness that all wisdom lives within your heart, that you can find the answers you need there within your heart. Do not believe us. We always tell people this. Trust your own heart. We share our perspective, but it is up to you to either resonate with that perspective and choose to follow it, or to reject it and choose to follow your current addictive patterns of being attached to the third dimension. If you have chosen to stay attached to the third dimension, you will, of course, ascend eventually. But the ascension process for you will be through the process with which you are familiar. That is the concept of death, of dying out of this body. And when you do so, your essence will be transported into what we call the golden trough of light, where it will remain safely held until there is another planet ready and available for you to continue your karmic learning journey. You will, on your karmic learning journey, continue to rise in awareness step by step through the choices that you make, but it will not be here on planet Earth. For those of you who are listening to this, you probably are already aware that you are on the other side of the Great Split. You are the ones who have chosen to ascend with your bodies, who are making higher level awareness choices, higher consciousness choices, who are trying to choose things that are for the highest good of all, who are interested in broader perspectives, even including interstellar perspectives of the angelic kingdom, perspectives of those that you would call little people or fairies or the David kingdom. Other perspectives from other kingdoms enter into your awareness because you recognize that many dimensions exist in the true reality. In other words, while your counterparts who are ascending through death and going to another planet at that time have chosen to cling to one dimension, that they understand, the third dimension, you are already aware that there are multiple dimensions and that you can participate in all of them. So your awareness, your heightening consciousness is attuned to different frequencies that promote your moving into multidimensionality. This is part of the Great Split that you are experiencing. Now, you cannot convince those who have made one choice to make another. Each individual has the responsibility for their own choice. So you have the responsibility for your choice, but not the choice of your family, your loved ones, or your friends. Each of them must make their own choice, and your job is to honor and respect whatever that choice may be, not trying to convince them otherwise. You may, of course, share your perspectives if they are interested, but trying to convince them that they are wrong will not assist them in making a better choice. So the sooner you accept that this great split is happening and that you are responsible for your choices only, the sooner you will focus all of your attention on raising your vibration and becoming the absolute best human being that you can become. Now, there's one thing we would like to talk to you about in regards to raising your awareness. All around the planet, especially right now, people are terrified that there's going to be another war. You are concerned that there will be a nuclear war that will wipe out all life on the planet. You are concerned that you and your loved ones will not be safe. You are concerned for the planet herself, that the environment will be so severely damaged that life on this planet will cease. What we want to tell you about that is that while we keep anyone from putting their hand on the nuclear button that would annihilate all life on your planet, that is the only aspect that we do on this planet of choice that could be considered interference. We will not allow you to destroy yourselves, but that does not mean that nuclear events cannot continue. That does not mean that wars between countries cannot erupt or arise. However, you are more powerful than you think. You have power of choice in every single moment of every single choice you make. And what we want to point out to you in this particular moment is that as long as you accept that killing is okay in some circumstances, you are participating and contributing to the energy of war, because war is about killing. Now, this goes against what some of you have been taught. You have been trained to believe that it is all right to kill for food, especially if you take care of your animals before you kill them. We tell you all life is sacred, and no one living being has the right to choose for another if it is going to live or if it is going to die. So when you make such choices for your own supposed diet or well-being, you are in fact committing an act of war. And it is an act of war, because war is very crafty, and you have been trained by an agenda that uses the art of manipulation to convince you that your actions are needed in a certain direction so that you contribute your energy to conflict and war and ultimately to killing. So the next time you make a choice for your diet, choose from the living earth and the plant kingdom, which provides all things harmoniously that you need to nurture your physical form. The next time there is an annoying insect in your environment, rather than killing it, capture it and take it outside. In other words, change your perspective about it being satisfactory or acceptable to kill what you consider a lower species, and begin to recognize from our perspective that all life is sacred and everything has a purpose. If you are troubled by a particular presence of an energetic insect kingdom, talk to the David kingdom, leave messages around encouraging it to leave. Do whatever you can without engaging in the act of killing. However, just as in a war, if someone is pointing a gun in your face, literally, and you have not done anything to invite that, it is for the highest good of all for you to defend yourself. Now, this does not automatically give you permission to kill any housefly that swarms by you. We're speaking of true attacks. If you are being attacked, defend yourself and use your power appropriately. For the purpose of knowing that it is not okay to kill means also recognizing the value of your own life. This is an important paradigm shift, and recognizing the equality of all life, including yourself in the mix, and honoring all other species for the life they bring to the planet. This will help you bring about an energy of peace, which is what we know and trust each of you desires in your hearts. We move now to the concept of your ascension, which will be different from those who ascend through death. Because you are raising your vibration at higher and higher levels every single day, every single choice that you make that is for the highest good of all, you are lightening your physical form as well as your mental state and your feeling state. And through that lightened physical, mental, and feeling state form, you are inviting in a higher vibration, which allows your physical body to change and align with your light body to enter into the state of what we call a rainbow body. You are familiar with this perhaps from reading our books in the Wisdom from the Stars trilogy, Conversations with Laarkmaa, Remembering Who You Are, and the Pleiadian Manual for Acceleration and Evolution. All of these books, and when we say remembering who we are, we're talking about a title that you use as who we are, and we say who you are. So don't get caught up on the words when you're looking for the book. We're talking about your ascension path and using that trilogy to outline some guidelines to help you achieve higher choices. Those things help you understand what a rainbow body is, how to achieve it, and how it will be manifested in your ascension form. That being said, many of you are experiencing ascension symptoms. You are confused, however, between what are 5G irradiation symptoms and what are ascension symptoms. And we understand that the body and the mind are confused about these things. Ascension symptoms carry a certain degree of fatigue, but it is a fatigue that is drawing you into a meditative state and help your body rest and adjust as it adapts to new higher frequency energies. Irradiating energy from the point of view of being exhausted or fatigued has a different feeling. It feels like you simply cannot go on, like there is a difficulty in breathing, like you cannot move with grace and flow and ease. This is the direct relationship of 5G causing the oxygen in your bodies to spin in the wrong direction. So therefore, your cells cannot receive the oxygen you need. And this leads to a fatigue that is far more than the fatigue you feel from adapting to higher energies through ascension. There are other ascension symptoms we have mentioned as well at other times, but we're focusing particularly on the fatigue that so many of you are experiencing. Do not allow the fatigue to lead you into a path of apathy, for that will help twist your thinking into a way that you may separate yourself in the great split to move towards allowing others to make decisions for you. Instead, maintain your own sovereignty, your own sense of responsibility, and your own excitement about the transition you are making, even though this birthing process is challenged by the addition of 5G energies. Maintain your position of power and make choices every moment to move into higher and higher frequency ranges. The last thing that we will say at this moment about the ascension process is there is a long-standing tradition that you believe, or at least many of you believe, that you must reach a certain number to achieve the ascension for all. While what you do and the choices you make do affect all beings on the planet and radiate out into the space, as we said, you are responsible only for changing yourself. The choices that you make that help others may not help them in this particular earth moment, but they will absolutely move forward and help them in their next incarnation as they continue their path of learning. Therefore, do not sit on your hands and wait for a certain number of people to awaken. Instead, use your power to make correct choice after balanced choice after peaceful choice for the highest good of all every moment. Those of you who are doing this contain more energy in those choices than all of the collective who are making unconscious choices in every minute. And through that higher potency of your energy, you are aligning with and assisting in the ascension of your planet, the Earth. Thank you for listening to our perspective, and we suggest again that you do not believe us, but trust in your own heart. If you check in with what you feel in your heart, you will find that much of what we have told you absolutely resonates with truth. And what still remains curious to you will resound with truth as you move through this process. We love you. Good always.